Hello, 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 and welcome back to our Very Tall Sicily campaign. I am having a ton of fun with this one. I hope you are too. Let us go ahead and dive right into it. I'm going to go ahead and press that unpause button. We are hopefully gaining some manpower back this episode. We only have about 2,000 men in reserve. That's fine. That's good. Most of our manpower actually comes from our vassal states. We did, in the last episode, start to have some troubles. The Lucanians have stopped being our ally, so we have them pretty well surrounded, although I'm a little worried that they may try to ally themselves, although right now it seems like they and the Romans are not getting along, but I'm a little worried that they may try to ally themselves with the Romans. I do definitely want to deal with the Lucanian, I'm going to go ahead and say the Lucanian problem. Speaking of problems, we could lose 20 gold here, and a whole lot of food. It looks like we're going to lose the food anyway. I'm going to go ahead and, I guess, toss the gold down the drain. That's a shame. Oh well, it can't be helped. We can still get an invention. Any inventions over here good to take. Ooh, I really like that siege ability. I also do kind of like the hostile attrition. I'm going to go ahead and get the siege ability. Or maybe national slave output. National slave output will just make me a little bit more richer, and I also want that monthly wages for characters down. Yeah, that'll take it down by 0.71 ducats per month. That's awesome. So I was kind of thinking during, I kind of took a little break, and I was kind of thinking about where I might want to expand next. Obviously, I have to deal with the Lucanian problem. Obviously, I want to create these two tributaries, especially you. Look at you. You are making plenty of gold, and I would like some of that to come my way. Speaking of, do I want to trade out those grains? No, I don't. But I was also looking at you. You are relatively weak right now. You only have 4,000 manpower. I'm going to pause it for just a second. They only have 4,000 manpower. They have 6 cohorts. They are only getting 79 manpower per month. They do have a couple allies, but their allies are way down here, and their allies are island nations. So theoretically, if assuming my navy is up to the task, my navy should be able to handle them fairly well. Plus, they are lower tech, and they are our culture group. If you check out our culture, they are part of the Hellenistic culture group. So I could think about trying to turn you into a feudatory instead of a vassal, or instead of a tributary. So I would actually get a little bit more manpower, plus you would be called in my wars, and I would not mind having a couple more people on the actual Hellenistic Peninsula as feudatories. I didn't take Epirus as a feudatory because I wanted their sweet, sweet money, although they currently are not giving me much, are they? Oh, look at that. They're actually giving me 1.1. Yeah, no, I definitely want to keep Epirus as a tributary, at least for now. I would not mind also just getting more tributaries. I might even try to take these little guys as feudatory states, because after all, they do have those little teeny navies, and every little bit adds up. So I might be looking to expand and challenge some Macedonian hegemony over in actual Greece. Of course, we may be a little ways off from that because I have problems closer to home, specifically in Magna Graecia. The Lucanians, let's take a look at them. They have a lot more manpower than me, and they have plenty of cohorts. We have about 43 gold. Is that enough to get another building? I'm going to go ahead and, well, I don't have quite enough money to get another building quite yet. Our next military tradition I'm very excited about is going to be the Victor's Spoils. That is going to enact this slave raid ability, and that should help me boost the pops in my home territories, my very tall Sicily. Really, it will increase aggressive expansion, but our aggressive expansion is going to be so low this playthrough because, well, we're not aggressively expanding. We are sitting still. Looks like Rome is at war. Who's Rome at war with? They are at war with Lucanians. Okay. If I am going to act against the Lucanians, now is the time. Do I already have... Let's see. Do I already have a... What province would I want to go for? I definitely would want to go for Calabria. So I'm going to go ahead and fabricate a claim on Calabria. Now, I it doesn't appear that the Romans are going to be able to get to them, because the Romans would need to go through my tributary states, and you are a feudatory. So they would need to go through me to get there. So hopefully maybe Rome won't actually take that much land. I would kind of be okay with that, because ooh, I'll take that legitimacy, even at the loss of a little bit of stability. Let's see. Can you... Yeah, so it does appear that they are going to ferry some troops over. Hopefully, the Lucanians will actually be able to handle any troops that they send over into Magna Graecia, because I would like to go ahead and take all of the Lucanian territory before the Romans do. We'll see what happens, though. I wish I had a claim already ready to go. That's kind of my fault. And really, I didn't want to do this. I wanted to let my manpower grow a little bit, but the Romans had other ideas. Oh, come on, don't take this. Good. I'm going to go ahead and get the monthly wages for characters down. That's going to make us just a little bit more money. More money means less problems after all. Yeah, that took that down by about 0.71 gold. That's perfect. Come on, Lucania. What are you doing? Move your men in. Relieve this siege. I'll go ahead and export that wine. That'll be a little bit more money towards Sicily. And as we know, Sicily needs more money. I think that this war is actually going to be won with my armies. Therefore, I do not plan on increasing my naval maintenance, just to try to make a little bit more money. Let's go ahead and move them to Messana. And come on, who are you? Are you... In going to war with the Lucanians, I will also be going to war with these two states as well. That's perfect, because I would turn each one of those into a feudatory. I'm happy if they want to go ahead and waste their manpower against the Romans. That's going to just do nothing but help me. Look at that. They are already down several manpower. I think they were at 21, so they've lost like 3,000 men since the beginning of this war. That's perfect. Meanwhile, we are continuing to grow. But I'm going to need my feudatories to really come in big for me. I'm actually just so I maintain good control of my feudatories, I'm going to go ahead and just improve some opinions around. Might as well enjoy subserving under me. My feudatories also have crazy tech level because they are mostly citizens. Look at that. 8 tech. Or 8 martial advancements. 9 martial advancements. What are you? 9 martial advancements. Wow, what am I? 6 martial advances. So they are just flat out better. Let's check out what the Lucanians are. 1. Let's check out what the Romans are. 4. Alright, so our feudatories are extremely well teched comparatively. We are 50% of the way till that claim has been fabricated. I wonder who's going to win this fight. We shall see. I'm going to go ahead and cancel my military access. No, I'm going to hold off on that. I don't think canceling military access will give me a truce timer of any kind. So I'm not too worried. I would prefer it if the Lucanians could actually beat the Romans here. It does not appear like they will be able to. You would like some wood. You're my tributary anyway, sure. They're actually going to move more troops in. Oh, and the Romans did end up victorious. That is huge for Rome, bad for me. We will see. I'm still gaining that manpower back. Although I really need to be the one who takes this city. I really can't have Rome taking all of this territory. That would be not good. Not good at all. Let's see what Rome looks like. They have 85,000 men with a bunch of cohorts. This is not going to be good. I really need to make sure that I am the one in control of Magna Graecia. It's at this point just a race. Come on, Lucania, you've got to be able to hit the Romans. Oh, that's a shame. They're going to take this land, aren't they? Oh well, I'm going to try to take as much of it as I can. I would say maybe it would be worth taking the stability hit to go ahead and get in there, but at this point they've already going to take this fort. Even if I were to move an army there, so there's really no point. I love how my men just seem content to just be running back and forth. I am now going to go ahead and cancel military access, just so that my diplomat isn't not en route. Oh, looks like Carthage wants to trade with me. Well, I accidentally hit the accept offer, and you know what? I think for now I'm going to go ahead and give the grain to Carthage. Maybe that will keep them from wanting to attack me, because right now I am very vulnerable, especially if I advance towards the Lucanian lands. They've had a wall breach. It's not looking good. I really don't want them to take this city. Do I wait and see if the Lucanians can take it back? That's the question. I really needed the Romans to lose that fight. How are they looking? They have 27 cohorts. That's good, but maybe not good enough. Oh, come on. Don't take it. Where is your armies, Lucania? Where are your armies? We need them. Oh, and it looks like Rome has occupied one of their home forts. It looks like this might be a relatively quick war. Well, you see, I'm going to go ahead and say that the Lucanians have brought this on themselves. Look, as Rome brings another 20 or 14,000 cohort or soldiers, I'm going to go ahead and say that the Lucanians brought this on themselves. I do not like to see this happening. I wanted to see a strong southern Italian alliance between Sicily and all of its feudatories. Unfortunately, that doesn't appear. Well, we are still really strong. I'm glad that we have all of our feudatories, but I was really hoping to take this land for me, and it does not appear that that is what's going to be what is going to happen. What was this war goal for? They were at war. First Roman-Lucanian War is fought over take Lucania. The score is currently at 25. Well, let's go ahead and let's keep going with the manpower recovery speed. We're going to need lots of men if we are going to fight the Romans, which it's looking like we may have to fight the Romans sooner rather than later. Not good at all, but in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and fabricate some claims. Because at the very least, I'm going to need these two cities. And indeed, they have completely taken all of the Lucanian land. So, do I dare declare war on Rome itself? No, I don't think I do, at least not yet. I need them to go off and fight a war in the north, preferably with the Etruscans. I might try to figure out some ways of weakening them diplomatically, although maybe can I inspire some disloyalty in some of their armies? Are you the general of this army? Who's the general of this army? Inspire disloyalty. I would pay 5 aggressive expansion. He's fairly loyal at the moment, but he would lose a lot of loyalty. You know what? Why not? I'm going to do it. We're going to tick down that aggressive expansion anyway. We don't gain a ton of aggressive expansion, although we don't lose it very quickly either, do we? We're going to have to increase our wrong culture group happiness a little bit. Okay. Well, and also when it's really low, it ticks down really low. So that just makes sense. We could get trade wins, commerce value up, or we could get local migration. I'm going to go ahead and get the trade wins. Let's increase that. This was not a good development. I am not happy with how this has gone down. I really needed to take that land for myself. Well, really not for myself, but for my allies. What about you? You also look good. Oh, can I not inspire disloyalty? Oh, I can only do it in one character at a time. And I have to wait for like 2 years to pass. Cool. Maybe I should have done it for like a governor. Yep, that's probably what I should have done, although he's very loyal. Although he's losing loyalty every month. But he's also about to die. It's not worth spending the aggressive expansion on. Oh well. It is what it is, unfortunately. The Romans do appear to be... Man, remember the time when I thought that I had kind of ended Rome's dominance on the Italian peninsula? That just seems like so long ago, because they have really made an epic comeback, even with Rome only having about 39 pops. Rome is still the capital. At one point, for those of you who maybe didn't see it, there was at one point another nation here. Now this is all that's left of them, the Samniums, and they are my tributary. But they had taken over almost all of central Italy. They had completely taken over all the land around Rome. Rome was just by itself. And because Rome didn't have access to any of the food-producing province or settlements in this province, it was starving. So it actually lost a ton of population, and only now is it starting to regrow. Let's look at maybe another invention. I think siege ability would be good. Subject opinion of us, though. Let's do that, since I have quite the number of subjects. Speaking of, I did actually just get another oratory advance. That's great because it increases my civilization value. Plus it gave me some interesting and useful inventions like that subject loyalty increase. I can also get Casus Belli. War score cost down 10%. You know what? I'm also going to go ahead and grab that one too. And since I'm here, I'm going to grab the siege towers as well because I am very soon going to be declaring war again. I will make it... Oh, and they are actually at war with the Carthaginians right now, so I'm going to declare war in a hurry. So let's go ahead and take Sardinia and Borealis. I know that I did not do that in time to increase my army maintenance, but I'm going to go ahead and do that now. That's going to take me down to only 0.2 ducats per month, but I need to hurry. I'm going to go ahead and move these. I'm going to risk any pirates in the region, move this army here because I want to move this 15 stack. Is that my son in charge? No. I'm going to move this 15 stack through perilous waters to Sardinia. I need to take them before the Carthaginians do. Although right now it actually appears that the Carthaginians are not willing to fight this. So ideal scenario would be I fight against them. They then sue for peace against the Carthaginians. And then I take all of it. We'll see though what happens. I could import some grain. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that. Is that going to cause me to starve over here? It actually is, so I'll cancel that in a minute. Let's move you to here. Unfortunately, my vassals, I don't think, are quite smart enough to load into ships and attack across the sea. Even you, who actually owns some land over here, does not appear willing to defend his land. I should have probably brought an army over and brought them into Corsica already, but I did not have that time. Let's actually take a look. Have they moved all of their armies up here? No, they have quite a few cohorts. 26. How many do you have? 16. So this is a pretty heavily defended island, ain't it? So, okay, we are approaching full maintenance. I'm going to go ahead and embark you. And bring you here. Turn for the worst. Looks like we're going to... we'll get in the 15. What we need is for the Carthaginians maybe to come and help us out a little bit. They are going to move 106 ships into the region, but is that necessarily going to help us at all? We will have to see. They have 12,000 men in Corsica. I might actually go ahead and land in Corsica. Yes, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and land in Corsica and use this army to relieve this siege. I don't want to lose the one foothold I have in Corsica. Oh, alright. Could I send my imprisoned man? Is he? Oh no, he is imprisoned from... Okay, I'm just going to send you then. I should win any fight here. I should out-tech them. Yes, I out-tech them by quite a bit. That's perfect. Now I'm going to go quickly send this navy back to Messana to grab my main force. While I take the 5th Stratos and I attack this fort. I should get the defender's bonus because I'm attacking a fort that my side controls. And I should easily win. My general is a very high marshal. Theirs is not. My tech level is higher. I should obliterate their men, and indeed it does look like I did. They lost 3,300 troops. I only lost 1,600. And it appeared we were going to fight some phantoms there for a second. I'm going to go ahead and start to retake Corsica. After all, it is home to some of my friends. It would be nice if they would maybe blockade so that they... Well, right now they can traverse back and forth because they own both sides of the strait, but maybe at some point I will place a small token navy here once I've taken this, just to keep them from coming back into Corsica. Give me a safe home base to use. Let's see. I have to take their entire country, don't I? Oh, and it actually appears that they are going to move some troops over. So, kudos to my allies. Great job on their part. Let's go ahead and move another token force over. I think I'm going to use Corsica as a main base of operations, so I'm actually just going to move them. Yeah, let's move them straight into Corsica. When I get there, I will also detach a small force from my navy to defend this strait. They're going to come in, they're going to take a huge strait crossing penalty, but they also have almost twice the number of men that we have. That is going to be an alarming fight. We're going to take it though because we have a better general. We're going to see what happens. I also, you know what I could do? Let's move this army and just have them go in there. Let's see if we can win this. Oh! Neither one of us has a tactics advantage. We seem to be losing a roughly equal number of men, and now the tide seems to have turned. We are going to take this victory as well. This is huge. They are going to lose like 10,000 men. This is amazing. How about these Sicilian troops? They lost almost 10,000 men. We only lost about 5,000. They doubled our losses. And we're going to go ahead and follow up on this little bit of momentum we have. This is not even a really well-designed army either, so hopefully we are going to... And our vassals seem to be ready to move in. That's going to help us. They, once again, are going to attack. We are going to easily take care of them in this case. Looks like we're going to go ahead and establish a small foothold on Sardinia itself. They are going to attack just these 2,000 men, or 3,000 men. I want you to keep in mind, though, that the Sardinians only have a martial score of 1. Meanwhile, who are you? The Thuria? You, here. Their martial score is 9. While they are severely outnumbered. They are way more advanced, have better armor, better weapons. They should not have any real issues. Let's go ahead. I'm going to actually split this force in half. I'm going to create another. I'm going to put you in charge, and I'm going to send you to here. I am probably going to go ahead and use all 3 of my main armies. We're going to take some slaves. That's what we want. You are going to come straight to their capital. You are going to come to their largest city. And I'm going to just leave this force in this little strait crossing so that now that they do not control this side of the strait, they should not be able to cross into Corsica again, giving us a safe home operations. It does appear that our allies did lose that fight. That's going to be okay, though. They probably did a number on their army. And hopefully they are just pretty much down and out. I don't think that any of their armies can actually challenge mine, especially if my subjects do decide to get involved. Let's go ahead and have you... Nope, you are just going to have to sit right there. You're not going to take any attrition in that coastal province. You are in a good position to reinforce here. You are taking lots of attrition. Oh, you're actually just taking a token amount of attrition. We could gain a friend. I'll gain a friend. Gaining a friend is always good, right? Once again, we win. They only brought in a couple hundred men. Alright, where are you guys doing? Let's go ahead and move you into Sardinia, please. I am going to go ahead and embark this army as well. They are going to come and attack from this side of the island, and then probably make a beeline straight for the only other fort. Once the 2 forts fall, I mean, that's really it. Once the 2 forts fall, this war is definitely over. They can't stand with our armies. They just don't have the tech. Plus, they no longer really even have the men. And it looks like the Carthaginians are also going to invade. We kind of knew this was going to happen. I'm okay with that at this point because I know that the Carthaginians are not going to peace out and lose their foothold in Sardinia. It would have been nice because that could have allowed us to maybe defend them at least a little bit better. I kind of don't want to sue for peace until after the Carthaginians do, because if I do sue for peace, they would become my tributaries, and Carthage would wage war. I could also think about just giving them to another one of my tributaries, but I don't love that idea as well. Maybe I just let them fight Carthage for a little while. Let's see who's winning this. So the score is currently -26 for them, for Carthage, so maybe they would think about piecing that out. But I wouldn't be, especially since we joined in, I wouldn't be too cautious. I did want to go ahead and get in on this fight because I wanted to take as much land as possible before Carthage had a chance to just come in and take the rest of the island. Eventually Carthage will peace out of this, hopefully, allowing us to also peace out without declaring war on Carthage. A big reason I also wanted to do this was, of course, to just gain more and more slave pops. Looks like they are, even though they outnumber the Carthaginians, they are going to take a loss in a fight against Carthage. We have captured one of their naval admirals. That's fine. And yeah, I think the main body of fighting is going to be done for me. Oh, the gods of war. Let's see what happens here. We could lose 15 political influence and have our morale of armies go up and our war exhaustion go down. That could be very helpful. Why is my gross expansion going up? We could have cohort speed. Ooh, supply limit increased for the next couple of years. You know what? Let's actually go ahead and do supply increase. Maybe that will help us take less attrition in the coming months. At the very least, we are taking back a lot of slave pops and pushing them towards Sicily. After all, we are trying to make Sicily rather tall. I'm starting to think that maybe taking a couple more feudatories within the Greek peninsulas might not be the worst thing ever, because while I did have some serious doubts about my allies' ability, really the AI's ability to adequately naval invade provinces, I'm starting to think that, you know, if I did get into a fight with Rome, well, Macedon's going to try to cordon me off. I might try to come in and take Crete as feudatories, but what would be very helpful would be if I could take a bunch of feudatories over in this region. That would be extremely useful. We'll have to see. It does look like... Did Carthage? What happened here? Who are you? Carthage peaced out. Okay. And we are at war with them. So we are obviously going to take all of that land. Okay. Dumb move by Carthage. I'm not going to say I wouldn't take it. I think I'm going to go ahead and move this main force back to Sicily. I don't love the fact that all of my troops are... No, I don't have any troops defending my island. Just in case anyone gets the bright idea, which it would be a pretty smart idea to invade Magna Graecia right now, because there are no troops in Magna Graecia. They are all in Sardinia. Let's go ahead and move you back to the crossing point. Let's move you to here. Let's just go ahead and take all of this land. Yeah, perfect. This is exactly what I was really hoping would happen. I am very surprised that it did. I'm going to move you back to Lubam. I'm very surprised that it did. I did not think that I'm going to take the option that has no effect because I don't have the funds. I did not think that Carthage would take a loss in Sardinia, but if I can push the Carthaginians out of Sardinia, I mean, more power to it. Plus, that makes my tributaries a little bit stronger. Speaking of, I do still want to keep increasing relations. With my peeps over here. Most of them like me quite a bit, but it's always going to be best if they are extremely loyal to me. I think I'm going to win that fight. No, I'm not going to bring in the second army. They want peace. I don't want peace. I want to take all of this. Unless I can take both of you as tributaries right now. No, I can't. In which case, I will go ahead and keep sieging this territory down. Especially since right now they're just moving little zero stacks in against my men, There's no real way for them to do anything. I have lost a lot of my manpower, but I'm still feel in pretty good shape. Having all these feudatories come to my aid really helped in the long run. I wish I had a few more. Or I wish they had more territory here. Having them be, like, super teched out is kind of awesome. You know? 12,000, like, Space Marines for every feudatory that I have. Because their citizen ratio is just so good. Ours isn't terrible either. We're getting about 52 research points per month. That's going to be just fine. And while we didn't take any slaves, we did win that siege. I'm going to go ahead and move you down to the major populated regions. And let's finish this. So unfortunately in this episode we were unable to expand in Magna Graecia any, and in fact the exact thing we did not want to happen happened. Rome came in and took all of Lucania. However, we have made a great showing in Sardinia. Things have gone better than we could have possibly planned for, with the Carthaginians piecing out to the Sardinians for really apparently no reason. There was no reason that they needed to do that. We're going to take a ton more slaves. We're going to go ahead and move in and destroy the last vestiges of their army. I'm going to go ahead and bring my navy and get my men ready to go home. Let's go ahead and try to sue for peace. Looks like I might have to try to sue them out. So I want both of them to become tributaries. Okay. Hold the phone. So I could have you become a tributary. You become a tributary. And I would take everything except for this? Why is that not valid? I don't know what happens. But it looks like... maybe because this is all... So if I hit this button, alright, hold on, let's try, if I have you become a tributary, then you sue separate peace, right? I'm just gonna wait, just go ahead and siege them all out, see if that makes any difference. I don't think it is. I don't know why it's not letting me take both of these separately. But we'll see what happens. We're learning. It's a complex game filled with complex mechanics, mechanisms. Alright, so we have now completely sieged them down. I'm going to try suing for peace here first. So it sounds like... wait. Okay, I think if I hit this button, the entire island becomes a tributary to me. I think that's what happens. We shall see in 3, 2, 1. And I think I was wrong. Yep, you are not a tributary to me. Just you. Okay, so that was a mistake. Whoops. Alright, we're going to have to fight one more war on Sardinia to clear this whole mess up, but that will have to be left for another episode. In the meantime, I'm just going to go ahead and move my armies back to where they belong. Let's check out our tributary income. It's looking real good. We are getting 5 ducats per month in just tributes. That is awesome. Unfortunately, we did not take them as a tributary. I could offer them an alliance. I am not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and fabricate a claim. Well, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and fabricate a claim. There's no reason not to. Let's also, before I call it quits for today, go ahead and hit this button, install provincial procurators. It's going to just make all of my pops just a little bit more efficient, have them output just a little bit more. Hopefully all of our feudatories will march their armies back home. Hopefully I didn't just get all of their armies stuck forever in Sardinia through this war. Surely not, right? We shall see. Any inventions that I want to get real quick before I call it quits for the day? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that monthly loyalty or popularity gain. That sounds good. Let's pop you to there. And move these ships back home to Sicily. So, while unfortunately this episode was not near as productive as I would have wished, I would have wanted to expand our influence in Magna Graecia. That was kind of my so far that has been my biggest regret of this whole campaign, by not being able, having the Romans beat me to the Lucanians. We did get exactly what we wanted here. We have a tributary and they give us lots of gold, 1.8 ducats per month. That is awesome, but unfortunately we did not get this second tributary. That is just going to have to be reserved for another war. We have a truce with them probably for, let's see. Oh, you know what? We don't have a truce with them, do we? So well, who knows? Maybe when this claim is fabricated, we'll be able to go straight to war with them again. In fact, I might even just try to leave all of my... Hopefully, maybe if my feudatories haven't all left, I might just have them invade. But, yeah, so unfortunately, it was not as productive of an episode as we thought. However, we did increase the population of Sicily. We did continue to play tall. We are in a better situation than when we began because, after all, we are now making more money. We have gotten another tributary, and we have increased the prosperity of Sicily by quite a bit. Anyway, that's where I'm going to have to call it quits for today. I've been going for almost 45 minutes at this point. I hope you're having a great day. If you are, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're not having a great day, I hope you enjoyed this. You should hit the like button anyway, and I will see you tomorrow.